Hello friends and welcome back to Pages and Pens. My name is Julie and today I am here with a summer TBR. Let's jump right into it. I have not been doing general TBRs every single month because I just have not had time to read. There has not been a ton of reading time for me. I've been incredibly focused on the writing side of things. You guys know this. I'm rehashing old information. But I do have a couple books that I think I want to get to this summer. So I'm giving myself 3 months to get through these books. Will it happen? I don't know. I sense that there will be like a natural, not lag, but there should be like a natural seam into a little bit more reading time for me soon. I'm hoping to get to a couple books. I have exactly 10 books on my list, so we're just going to jump right into them in no particular order, just generally the stack I have. I have A.M. Strickland's In the Ravenous Dark. I am here for A.M. Strickland. I loved Beyond the Black Door. I just thought it was like a really interesting concept. I really liked their writing style. I thought that the characters were really neat. I was engaged. I was like riveted. I was with it the whole way through. I don't know a ton about this one and I'm kind of okay with it. Margaret Rogerson, who's another one of my favorite authors, said that this is a dark delight, gorgeously written, and as twisty and as enigmatic as a Labyrinth at Twilight. Give me that. Precious few are gifted with magic and assigned undead spirits who guard them and closely control them. Ever since Rovin's father died, trying to keep her from this fate, Rovin has hidden her magic, but when she accidentally reveals her powers to save a life, she's bound to one of the undead and thrust into a world of palace intrigue and deception. A rebellious princess struggling against her destiny, a handsome, powerful spirit with the ability to take control of Rovin's body and soul. Together they will uncover a terrible secret that will destroy everybody, both the living and the dead. To save them, Rovin will have to start a rebellion in both the mortal and the underworld, and to find a way to trust the princess and the undead spirit battling for her heart. I'm very much here for anything that kind of like A.M. Strickland writes. I enjoy their writing style. I think I'm going to really love this one. I pre-ordered it, so I hope I do. We'll see. Another pre-order that I really want to get to is Angel of the Overpass by Shauna Maguire. Now this is like a spooky book. It's a ghost road, very supernaturally feel, but it is also like road trippy. It's like a strip of highway that this ghost haunts, and then the killer that killed this girl on the way to her prom, haunting her in the afterlife even. I'm here for it. I love this book series. I liked the first 2 books a lot. I read them in audiobook, even though I do have these like very old school looking covers as well for them. So I want to read this one, and I don't know why, but it feels like a summer read to me. I have Jennifer Weiner's Mrs. Everything. This is one that everybody on Likewise recommended to me. I said that I wanted something that had to do with siblings, something that would be emotion evoking, and everybody said that this is one that I should check out. I don't know anything about it. I don't think I want to know anything about it. Jennifer Weiner's on here again, so I will show you her other book that I also have. I used to love reading Jennifer Weiner a long time ago, like way pre-booktube. I would binge through her books because they were just really, really easy to read. But I feel like she's branching out more from just that traditional romance into like broader topics when she talks about her books. It is women's fiction. I am querying women's fiction, so I want to be reading more in that genre. And I just have always enjoyed her writing, so I'm here to get into it more. Plus she's a Philly-based author, so I'm here to support that. Seems to be a sister tale. 2 sisters. Also says 1950s Detroit. Did not know that it could be historical, but I'm going to give it a go because I have high hopes for it. So the other book that I have by her that I want to read this summer, I'm already reading, and it is Big Summer by Jennifer Weiner, and I am here in it. So not terribly far, 127 pages, but I'm enjoying it so far. This one follows a plus-size main character who is an Instagram influencer, trying on all these different clothes and like modeling body positivity, and then she gets sucked into an old toxic friendship and being a bridesmaid at a toxic friend's wedding, and then where things go from there, I don't know. I haven't gotten that far, but I'm here for it, and so far so good. Also this summer I am feeling like I want to get to Everyone Dies Famous in a Small Town by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock, who is the author of The Smell of Other People's Houses. Loved that book, and I feel like I'm going to love this one as well. This is a collection of short stories that all follow teens, I believe, in Alaskan towns, and then she finds a way to thread through and weave them all together and connect them, which I feel like she does beautifully. She did that as well in The Smell of Other People's Houses, not in short story format, but each storyline wove together and connected in the end. I have a feeling she'll do the same thing in this, and I really loved the first one, so I'm hoping that I also love this. And it's short. I mean, I think it tops out at like 240 pages. They're short stories, so I can take them, you know, take it, put it down, although I don't think I'm going to want to put it down. Their writing tends to really grip me, so I don't think I'm going to be putting it down very much at all. I have one arc. Let me talk about that one. This is The Heartbreak Bakery by A.R. Capetta. This one is a queer story. This one comes out in October 2021. June is Pride Month, so I do want to have some like queer rep, which A.M. Strickland's is queer rep. This one, and then I think I have another one, two other ones in here that have queer rep that I want to get to that do have queer spectrum sexuality rep. This one is about, I believe, Sid, no pronouns please, who has always dealt with big, hard to talk about things by baking. Being dumped is no different, except now Sid is working in the kitchen of the Proud Muffin, a queer bakery and community space in Austin. And everyone who eats Sid's brownies breaks up. Breakup brownies breaks up. Even Vin and Alec, who own the Proud Muffin, and their breakup might take the bakery down with it, but the Proud Muffin, its cute bike delivery person, Harley, he or they, check the pronoun pin on the messenger bag, believes in Sid's magical baking, and together, Sid and Harley are going to fix the romantic disasters caused by those brownies one recipe at a time. A.R. Capetta, all pronouns, is the author of Echo After Echo, The Lost Coast, has lived in Austin and worked as a professional baker. I read The Lost Coast by A.R. Capetta and really enjoyed it. Again, like a queer kind of witchy vibe book. So when this one became available from Candlewick, they asked me if I was interested in any of their list. I said definitely this one. Not only because we are talking about diversity in pronoun use and queer spaces, but also because I know that I like their writing style. So this is one that I was really excited to get my hands on. And I do want to read it this summer. I feel like it'll be a fast read. The Lost Coast was for me. And then I have Crystal Sutherland's semi-definitive list of worst nightmares. This is the one that caused a controversy in my book haul because this cover was ripped, not on purpose, and underneath this is a spider. Then I was reading the synopsis, and on the back is another flippin' spider. And I hate spiders. I am so arachnophobic, but that's kind of fitting because the entire point of this book is a girl with anxiety facing their fears, and I believe that this takes you through different chapters as they face different fears. I don't think we see all of the fears, but we do face all these different situations that give them anxiety. I was watching an interview with Crystal Sutherland who said that this was based off of their sister who has anxiety and panic disorders, I believe, and that this was kind of written as a way to like show strength and support and camaraderie for that situation, and also just how families deal with mental health problems, and I'm very, very, very here for it. After reading House of Hollow, I'm just very interested in their other works, and I do also have the other book that they wrote, Our Chemical Hearts, behind me, and I do want to read that as well, but I think this one's going to come first. I have a feeling I'm going to really, really love this one. Another one of my queer books that I've been dying to get to and still haven't, and feels very beachy. This is The Mighty Heart of Sunny St. James, and this one is a queer middle grade. They also wrote Ivy Aberdeen's Letter to the World, which I loved and broke me and made me cry, and I adored it. And I know that I'm going to love this one as well. Again, as a middle grade, it'll read really fast, and it's been on my TBR for entirely too long, so this is one that I have to get to. This is a perfect summer read. I know that I like the author's writing. This will be a really fast one, so have to get to that. Then I would like to finish a series that has been haunting me, and that is Lightbringer. This is the Imperium trilogy by Claire Legrand. Claire Legrand is a queer author, and the characters in this are also queer, and I am here for all of that. I adore the characters. Kingsbane drove me nuts. They're right back here, because I felt like the characters made some choices and went some places that I didn't love as a reader or wouldn't have gone as a writer, but I have a feeling that this one's going to bring it back around. I loved Furyborn, and there were parts of Kingsbane that I really did adore, but I've been nervous to pick up Lightbringer because I want to love this trilogy as a whole, and Kingsbane really left a bad taste in my mouth. But I adore Claire, and I'm hoping that things come back around in Lightbringer. I want to finish this series. It's a large book, but I do think that once I start reading this, it's going to go very fast. The other 2 books of hers went very fast as well. So I know once I pick this up and start reading it, it's going to go quickly, and I'll feel really accomplished just having finished out this trilogy, because it is important that I finish up some trilogies and finish up some series and then make a decision about whether they stay or whether they don't. I have a feeling these are going to stay regardless, because the first 2 books are signed and personalized to me, and I don't really want to get rid of them. So fingers crossed that this one impresses me and brings things back around in a very satisfying manner, because first of all, the books are gorgeous. I adore Claire. I want to love the series, but I'm not going to know unless I finish it. And then the 10th book, rounding out the TBR for the summer, is In the Garden of Spite by Camilla Bruce. Camilla Bruce also wrote You Let Me In, which absolutely slayed and haunted me. It was very much about family trauma, and it was part magical, part realistic. It left you very much wondering what was real and what wasn't. This, I think, is going to take a much different road, but I'm very much here for it. This one follows the world's first known female serial killer. It is historical, but I think that's going to be okay, because I know I love Camilla Bruce's writing. It's so haunting, it's so incredibly creepy, and this one I think is going to be phenomenal. So even though it's out of my wheelhouse, I did pre-order it. It just came recently, and I do really want to get to it sooner than later. So this one follows the Black Widow of Laporte, a chilling novel that should finally make Belle Guns a household name. So it does follow an actual historical female serial killer, and I don't do a lot of like true crime reading, but I'm here for this. An audacious novel of feminine rage and one of the most prolific female serial killers in American history, and the men who drove her to it. So it's about a woman in Chicago who is a serial killer, and I think I'm going to really, really love it. Man shall inherit the earth unless she kills him first. It's gonna be good. I really loved Camilla Bruce's other book that I read. I don't know if You Let Me In was her first, like if it was her debut, but it was stunning. So I know I'm going to love that. So those are the 10 books I would really like to get to this summer. I have 3 months to read the 10 books. I think that's doable. I'm reading 2 to 4 a month right now. Depending on how my summer goes, I think I'll be able to do it. And because a couple of them are like middle grade and or shorter, I think I'll be good. None of these are new to me authors, so I know I already like the reading style. And I feel like because I've already read from them before, I'm going to have much better success with them. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is like a 5-star prediction TBR, but I think I'm going to enjoy all of them at the very least. I don't see any like DNFs in this pile, so let's cross our fingers, and I will check back in later. Again, they'll probably show up in any kind of wrap-ups that I do as I read them. I'm not going to wait for like the end of the summer to let you guys know what I think. And if you want to see my thoughts as I read them, check me out on the StoryGraph, which is always listed down below. Or you can check me out on Likewise. My link for Likewise is also listed down below if you want to sign up and follow me there, because I usually talk about the books in my groups as I read them as well. Let me know what you're hoping to read this summer. Do you have a TBR for the month, for the 3 months? Let me know if you've read any of these books and which one you recommend I bump to the top of my list. That's going to be it for this one though. If you liked it, give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye friends.